Good day and welcome to a closer look from the streets. My name is Osano Neely and I will be your host today. Today we have a really wonderful panel consisting of Antoine Minnis and Andrew Edwards. Andrew and Antoine, we're here today to speak about the disaster relief chairman of NEMA, John Michael Clark, on his interview that was conducted by A Closer Look. Mr. John Michael Clark said, NEMA's communication is competing with active social media, some of which is driven by rumors. My question to you is, has social media made it impossible for NEMA and other agencies to effectively communicate?
Being the most effective and inexpensive form of communication or advertisement, no, I don't see how social media has made it bad for them.
And I think social media, for the most part, is sort of filling the void. People are looking for information, and if it's not coming from NEMA, then they're looking elsewhere.
Now, hold on now. NEMA has said that they're only putting out verifiable information to the public. What do you think about this?
I think NEMA needs to be more proactive in information gathering. I think they can't be reactive. It seems as though they're waiting on social media or rumors to hit them, and then they go and find out if it's true. They need to be more on the ground and moving forward to collect information.
And they need to get the information out in a timely manner. People are going to create their own information if you have, they're giving information about things that happened 2-3 weeks ago that everyone has already verified.
The Prime Minister has said that NEMA should be reconfigured. Do you think that the general public understands the role and functions of NEMA?
I believe generally that people do understand what NEMA's role is supposed to be. The question is whether or not they are actually fulfilling that role and how effective they've been. And I think that is really the main issue why people they can't put the two together.
I think NEMA needs to be allowed to function on its own and actually let people work in their expertise. I think what needs to happen also is that not reconfigured so much so, but just allow them to work. NEMA is doing what it has to do, and it has to ensure that it has people who have the expertise in emergency management and then define what truly is an emergency.
I have a follow-up question to the question that I just asked you. Has NEMA communicated well enough what their role and function is?
I think NEMA needs to move forward a little more aggressively with their information. They need to get more information out to people just on a simple level. What is an emergency? What is an emergency in your home? And what is disaster preparedness? Make sure people understand that on a personal level, then you can move it into a national level.
And for communication to be reliable and people to take them serious, then communication must be timely and accurate.
And verifiable.
And verifiable. And that's really, I think, where the problem is, why people don't take NEMA as seriously as they should, because NEMA is really not communicating with us. NEMA is sort of this thing in a vacuum that's operating and no one knows what's going on.
Indeed.
John Michael Clark also said that the reputation of NEMA is such that even when the truth comes out of NEMA, people just dismiss it. The question is, what can NEMA do to regain the trust of the general public?
Well, BPL and the police, they also put out a little, what they call info campaigns, where they tell you what to do, what not to do in certain situations and circumstances. I think NEMA can piggyback off of that and create those little infomercials as well for the Bahamian population.
And as I said already, I mean, it's really just getting that information out using social media, using the different ways that people actually get information. The press conferences and the press releases aren't the way that most people get information nowadays.
Clark says this isn't a NEMA's response. This is a country's response. My final question to you is, are we as a general public doing enough, or are we just focused on analyzing and blaming everyone else?
I think we are. I think in many ways we don't understand truly what is a disaster, or what is an emergency, or what warrants an emergency. We need to be made aware of that. And it is something that we as a nation need to react to. We should have already been polarized in that direction, that hurricanes or things of that nature are an emergency once they come in.
And it is definitely a nation's response, a national response from the Bahamas, but we're looking to NEMA and the government to give some direction. We need to know what's going on, what role can we play. If we're not getting information, we don't have any direction, nothing's clear cut, then really you're going to have all of this confusion that NEMA is now, throwing back at us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minnis and Mr. Edwards, for joining me on A Closer Look from the Streets. The conversation today was truly, truly wonderful. As we can see from the quotes given by Mr. John Michael Clark and the conversation between you and I, we see that there's a way forward in the relationship with NEMA and the public. Please join us again on A Closer Look from the Streets in our next episode. My name is Osano Neely. Thank you so much.